Welcome to the Resolution Room, my podcast. Why the Resolution Room? I chose this title because it captures the dual purpose of my mission statement at Evolve Resolve, to resolve claims and to elevate leadership. I think in professional services in particular, we're not conscious enough of the transition that is required from going from a technician to a people leader. And this is very much something that I'll cover off both in my own work and with guests. This podcast will, broadly speaking, cover off on two themes. First of all, negotiation and mediation. And this is from the perspective of the legal community because I work a lot with lawyers, but also negotiation in terms of leadership because negotiation is a key toolkit for leaders. And secondly, we'll be covering off and talking on all things leadership because that's an area of passion for me, leading of self, leading of others, better teams, and even building the personal brand. The podcast is called The Resolution Room because there is a crossover between my work as a mediator and as a leadership coach. And the crossover is, of course, resolution or resolving issues or disputes. Now, it goes to the heart of a mediator's role. You're resolving issues and disputes with people as an impartial, neutral process facilitator. But it actually also is very important to leadership. You're resolving day-to-day issues, be it either the makeup of the team, profitability, managing costs, managing clients and stakeholder relationships. And lots of times in leadership, and I was in a leadership position, a lot of work is in the day-to-day dealing with the reactivity of these issues and not having time for the broader bandwidth of strategy, where you're going and why. What are the forces at play that might be disruptive in your business and in your sector? And in terms of strategy, I'm a big fan of the work of Michael Porter from the Harvard Business School, who says that strategy is as much about what you don't do as opposed to what you do. So I'll cover that off as well. Why am I starting this podcast and why me? Firstly, it's pretty selfish in many ways. I'm deeply curious about leadership. I've learned a lot about myself in the process of being a leader, and I certainly want to cover off on some of these key learnings and some of these insights. And why me in terms of my story as a leader in professional services? Well, it's a bit unusual. I was admitted as a solicitor in 1996, but in 2007, myself and a business partner started a law firm, which we scaled pretty quickly over about 8 years. We started with 4 people and we grew to 50 people. And then we looked around and scanned the market and thought to go to the next level, we'd need to join a national brand or an international brand. And we actually went with the latter. We went with an international brand. Not immediately, but over time, I became the managing partner of a global business in the Australian market. My experience in that sense is unique because I've had leadership experience from a startup and scale-up perspective and also as being part of a global brand, being on the global executive. So I bring that lens, which is quite different to this podcast. I hope you enjoy the Resolution Room.